Hello guys, welcome to our channel. This is Amit, accompanied with my co-partner Sumit. So guys, we are back with the second season of the topic Relational Database Management System. So in this topic, we will learn about the history of database management system and the types of database management system and also the database models. So before going to the video explanation, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for the latest notifications. As we discussed in our previous video of this topic, RDBMS stands for the Relational Database Management System. It is a database management system which is designed specially for relational databases. So therefore, the relational database management system are a subset of database management system. In these, a relational database refers to the database that stores data in a structured format by using the rows and columns. So guys, for our previous video, please visit video's description and watch the video for more information about the topic. So coming to types of database management system or database model. So coming to data model, it gives us an idea that how the final system will look like after the complete implementation. So this data model gives us idea about the implementation, how the system look like after the implementation. It also defines the data elements and the relationship between the data elements. So the data models are used to show how data is stored, connected, assessed and updated in the database management system. Here we use a set of symbols and text to represent the information so that the member of the organization can communicate and understand it. Here we use several types of text and symbols for database management system. So through there are many data models being used nowadays, but the relational model is the most widely used model. And apart from the relational model, there are many other types of data models. So a data model is an abstract model that organizes elements of data and standardizes how they relate to one another and to the properties of the real world entities. So these data models have several types, several models. Those are hierarchical model, network model, relational model, object oriented data model and NoSQL data model. These are the main data models. So apart from these, some are there: object relational data model, flat data model, semi-structured data model, associative data model and context data model. So these are the several types of data models. We are going to discuss about these 5. So coming to hierarchical data model, it was the first DBMS model. This model organizes the data in the hierarchical tree structure. The hierarchy starts from the root, which has root data, and then it expands in the form of a tree, adding child node to parent node. So what is child node and parent node here? So the node is a database containing agendas or an information of an user or resources. Also, a node network is a set of 2 or more connected nodes. More than one node can exist one on a single calendar host. So this model easily represents some of the real world relationship like food recipes, sitemap or website, etc. So while we take an example, we can represent a relationship between the shoe present on a shopping website. In a shopping website, a shoe presents. So by this, it is a hierarchical model. In hierarchical model, the shoe separates 2 categories. One is women's shoes and men's shoes. And this separation, these categories divides more in women's shoes, that is high heels, Baileys, etc. and in men's shoes, sports shoes and sneaker shoes. So this is about hierarchical model. And this hierarchical model has some features: one to many relationship, that is the data here organized in a tree-like structure where the one-to-many relationship is between the data types. Also, there can be only one path from parent to any node. In above example, if we want to go to the node sneakers, we only have one path to reach there. That means through men's shoes node. Next one, parent-child relationship. So here each child node has a parent node, but a parent node can have more than one child node. Multiple parents are allowed. And next is deletion problem. If a parent node is deleted, then the child node is automatically deleted. For example, here if the parent node men's shoe is deleted, then the sports shoes and sneakers, the child node will also deleted. And next is pointers. Pointers are used to the link of parent node with the child node. It is a link of parent and child node, and are used to navigate between the stored data. Node, the shoes, node points to the two other nodes, women's shoes node and men's shoes node. And here in hierarchical model, there are some advantages and disadvantages. Advantages of this hierarchical model is it is very simple and fast to traverse through a tree-like structure. It is very simple, and any changes in the parent node is automatically reflected to the child node, so the integrity of the data is maintained. And coming to the disadvantages of hierarchical model, it is complex relationship are not supported, and also if a parent node is deleted, then the child node is automatically deleted. So in the data model, next one is network model. It is an extension of hierarchical model. It was the most popular model before the relational model. This model is same as the hierarchical model. It is same, but there is only one difference. That is in this, that records can have more than one parent. In hierarchical model, there is only one parent, but here there are lot of extension of parents. For example, in the network model, here we can see that node student has two parents. The node is college, and the two parent is CSE department and library. So these are the earlier not possible in the hierarchical model. There is only one parent in hierarchical model. So this network model has some several features. It has ability to merge more relationship. Means as there are more relationship, so data is more related. And this model has the ability to manage one-to-one relationship as well as many-to-many relationship. And also it has many paths. As there are more relationship, so there can be more than one path to the same record. This makes the data access fast and simple. And circular linked list. It has a circular linked list. That means the operation on the network model are done with the help of circular linked list. The current position is maintained with the help of program, and this position navigates through the record according to the relationship. Now coming to relational model, this is the main model which is widely used. In this model, the data is maintained in the form of two-dimensional table. All the information is stored in the form of rows and columns. The basic structure of this relational model is tables. It stores all the data in the form of table. So the table are also called relation in the relational model. In the relational model, the table is also a relation. So for example, here it given the employees table with number of rows and number of columns, and here it has several information: employee ID, employee name, job name, salary, mobile number, or department ID and project ID. So this is relational. Why it is relational? Because it gives every information to the about the employee. From employee ID to project ID, all the information is gathered at a same relation, at a same table, same rows and columns of several persons. In these, each row in the table is called tuple. A row contains all the information about any instance of the object. In the above example, each row has all the information about any specific individual. Like the first row has information about John. Now coming to the advantages and disadvantages of relational model. The relational model is simple. This model is more simple as compared to the network or hierarchical model. It is also scalable, can be easily scaled as we can add as many rows and many columns. We can add many rows and many columns in it. So it is scalable. And also structural independence. It is structural independence. We can make changes in database structure without changing the way of access the data. And when we make changes to the database structure without affecting the capability to DBMS, database management system, to access the data, we can say the structural independence has been achieved. So this is one advantage. And coming to the disadvantage, hardware overheads. It has hardware overheads. For hiding the complexities and making things easier for the user, this model requires more powerful hardware. So this is one disadvantages. And also bad design. As the relational model is very easy to design and use, so the user don't need to know how the data is stored in order to access it. And this easy of design can lead to development of poor database, so which would slow down if the database grows. So this is also one disadvantages. The relational data model has some disadvantages, but these all disadvantages are minor one, not a major one, as compared to the advantages of relational model. It has a best advantages. So these problems are not more. These problems can be also avoided with the help of proper implementation and organization. So now coming to the object oriented model. So as per the real world problems are more closely represented through the object oriented data model. In this model, both the data and relationship are present in a single structure that is known as object. Thus we call it is a object oriented data model. In this we can store audios, several types of audios, videos, images, etc. in the database, which was not possible in the other data model. So in this model, two or more objects are connected through the links. Not only one, two or more objects are to be connected in the links. So here we have two objects, employees and department. So all the data and relationship of each object are contained as a single unit. The attributes like name, job title of the employee and the method which will be performed by the object are stored as a single object. And the two objects are connected through a common attributes, that is the department ID, and the communication between these two will be done with the help of common ID. So this is all about object oriented database management system. Now coming to NoSQL databases model. A NoSQL, originally referring to non-SQL or non-relational, is a database that provides a mechanism for storage and retrieval of data. This data is modeled in means tabular relation used in relational database. So the NoSQL database includes simplicity of design. It has a simpler horizontal scaling to the cluster of machines and finer control over the availability. And also it has some advantages, that is there are many advantages of working with NoSQL database such as Mongo database and Cassandra. The main advantages are high scalability and high availability. and also it has some disadvantages, that is it has open source database, and also GUI is not available. GUI stands for graphical user interface. Centralized database. It is the information in this, the information is stored at a centralized location, and the user from different location can access this data. For example, if I have 20 of computers and I store all the database in a number one computer, and if I wanted to share that database to all the computer, then I can use centralized database, share all the databases. So we can say that the centralized database stores the information in centralized location, and the user from different location can access this data. So this type of database contain application procedure that helps the user to access the data even from the remote location. And now is distributed database. So this distributed database is just opposite to centralized database concept. The distributed database has contributions from the common database, as well as the information captured by the local computer also. And this database is not at one place and is distributed at various sites of an organization. These sites are connected to each other with the help of communication links, which helps them to access the distributed data easily. Next is personal database. In this, the data is collected and stored on personal computers, which is small and easily manageable. The data is generally used by the same department of an organization and is accessed by small group of people. Next is end user database. The end user database is usually not concerned about the transactions or an operation done at various levels and is only aware of the product, which may be a software or an application. Therefore, this is shared database which is specially designed for the end user, just like different level manager. So guys, thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned for the next upcoming videos, and also visit our channel's playlist for the previous videos and topics related to your subjects. Thank you. Have a nice time.